If you're in your 20s, you've got two paths in front of you. In the first one, you enjoy your youth, you have no responsibilities, so you take advantage of that by having as much fun as possible before the kids, the wife, the house, all the stuff in your 30s. In the second path, you treat your 20s not as a time to have as much fun as possible, but as a time to build. You have the most amount of energy and the least amount of responsibilities in your 20s, so instead of wasting that opportunity, you take advantage of it by working hard and growing as a person. Unfortunately, the vast majority of guys take the first path, and I don't want that for you. That's why in this video, I'm going to explain why you might be going down the first path, and most importantly, how to make sure you get on the second one ASAP. Number one, you're controlled by fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, but the biggest one in my opinion is fear of the unknown. Let's be honest here. Society has been holding your hand from the moment you were born. You've always been taught to sit down, listen, and do as you're told. You've never been shown to take initiative, leave your comfort zone, try new things that scare you, and that's why you chose the first path, because it's comfortable, familiar, it's predictable. The second one is uncertain and filled with unknowns. Imagine you were in a jungle. The first path would be a cleared, well-maintained trail, super easy to walk through. In the second one, there would be no trail. It would just be lush jungle blocking your way. You'd have to go in there with a machete and just start hacking away, potentially running into a snake or a jaguar at any given moment. But guess what? There's no treasure left at the end of a cleared trail. So if you want a life of significance, you have to face the unknown. Number two, lack of purpose. Now let me clear something up about my use of the word purpose here. To me, there's no such thing as your life's ultimate purpose, the reason you were put on this earth for. Purpose is just something that gives your life meaning for a certain period. It changes and that's fine. In the second path, you build towards something. In the first one, you can't build towards anything because you don't have a purpose, a vision for your life. So instead, you just wander aimlessly, letting each day pass without progressing towards anything of true significance. So let me ask you, what gives your life meaning right now? What are you building towards? If you don't have an answer to those questions, that might be why you're going down the first path. Number three, you're distracted. Let's say you were fearless, you had a purpose, but you spent most of your time gaming. Gaming just brought you more satisfaction than working on building the life you want. In that scenario, you would be going down the first path because of being constantly distracted. Again, in your 20s, you have the most amount of energy and the least amount of responsibilities. In the second path, you use that to build and work like an animal. In the first one, you use it to stay up late, to play hours of video games per day. Just a bunch of immature bullshit for someone your age. Too much instant gratification could be the reason you're going down the first path, because you're so distracted that you never have the time or the energy to build towards the life you want. All right, you now know why you're going down the wrong path. Let me show you 3 steps that you can use to make sure you go down the right one. Step 0, subscribe to my channel. I promise you, my videos will help you go down the right path. Step 1, have some type of vision for your life. Again, I'm not asking you to have a crystal clear vision of what you're gonna do with the rest of your life, but you need to have something that gives you a reason to sacrifice the now in order to reach a future life that you're actually proud of. Without a base vision for your life, a purpose, you can't build towards anything because you don't know what you're building towards. So here's how you figure that out. Use the I know that method. In your head, I want you to think about a few statements that start with I know that. These statements will help you figure out a purpose that will drive your actions for the next few years. So let me give you 2 examples in my case. I know that I want children. I know that I want to be financially free. With these 2 statements in mind, I can already think about a few different purposes for my life. For example, if I want to be financially free one day, I'm going to have to learn high income skills. I'm potentially going to have to build a business someday. So that's what I'm doing, right? That's what I'm building towards. I'm using my 20s to one day be financially free. I know that I want children, which means I'm going to have to be a father one day. Not just any father. I want to be a great father. So I'm going to use my 20s to develop as a person, to become someone of good character, good moral, good values, so that I can actually pass that on to my children. So if you have no clue what you want out of your life, then use the I know that statement. Find a few statements that are true in your case, and trust me, you'll get ideas of what you want to use your 20s for based off those statements. Step 2. Adopt grown-up habits. If you want to take the second path, you're gonna have to fix up your habits. Keep it in as simple and respectful as possible. By going down the first path, you're being a boy, a child. If you want to go down the second path, you're gonna have to start acting like a man, a grown-up. Look at your day-to-day habits and ask yourself, would a 40-year-old act like that? Now, if you're thinking, wait, I don't want to act like a 40-year-old. I'm young, I want to enjoy my 20s. Okay, fine. This isn't the right video for you. For the rest of us, though, we're gonna start acting like grown-ups. So imagine a 40-year-old who's built the life you want want? He's got responsibilities, he's got a family. Does he play 6 hours of video games on his days off? Is he coming home drunk at 4 a.m.? Is he thinking about his future or just enjoying the present moment, whatever the cost? I'll let you answer these questions. If you want to act like a 40-year-old, you need to set a bedtime, eat clean, exercise, absorb more knowledge, read more books. Those types of habits will set you up beautifully for the second path. Step number 3, take action constantly. Over planning, hesitating, waiting for the right moment. That's all for people on the first path. Instead, I need you to take relentless action towards your goals. Use your 20s to try different things, to fail as much as possible. That's how you grow, that's how you learn, that's how you build. Too many people sit with an idea for years, scared of going all in, waiting for the perfect moment. And then their 30s roll around and they haven't done what they were supposed to do in their 20s because they were stuck in planning mode. Don't be like them. Act now. Do something. However dumb or insignificant it seems, it's always better than doing nothing at all. You're at a crossroads. You've got 2 paths in front of you, and I'd like you to ask yourself, which one would your 30, 40-year-old self want you to take? Would he want you to enjoy your 20s and leave all the work to him? Or would he want you to set him up right, to build a strong foundation that he can build a life of significance from? Let me leave you off with an analogy. If you had a cake, what would be the best way to eat it to get the most amount of enjoyment out of it? Would you binge eat it? Basically eat half of the thing in one sitting? Or would you eat a tiny slice after each meal for a whole week? You might think it doesn't matter. In both cases, you're eating the same amount of cake, so whichever way you decide to eat it, you're gonna get the same amount of pleasure out of it. Well, you'd be wrong. By eating half of it now, you don't even enjoy it. You feel sick afterwards. By eating small slices, you enjoy every bite. In life, you have the same cake, and it's your decision how you want to eat it. Please don't eat the whole damn thing in your 20s. Click here to see why you feel lost in life, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.